The Last of Us Episode 2 went well. I gotta say, the second episode really caught my attention. With the title, with the episode 2, there's no specific name for it, but it says, after a global pandemic destroyed civilization, a hardened survival takes charge of a 14-year-old girl who may be humanity's hope. Of course, that's Ellie, but the thing that they started to show off with the Indonesia was a doctor seeing that the fungus was growing in this patient that was deceased. And apparently, they saw this person pretty much having this fungus growing them. And I'm just like, yo, the thing that they're doing where they're showing that it was surviving, as crazy as as it may sound, it it makes sense. It was living in this person, and it was actually alive, so it survived in a human. But the lady was so distraught. You know what I'm saying? It seems like she was so distraught by this fungus from this pretty much this zombie like species was growing in her. The lady was so distraught. She said, "Let's bomb the whole area in Indonesia." I mean, the thing is so crazy with her seeing that, it makes sense that they have to stop the spread. It's kind of remind me of Resident Evil. Seeing her take that initiative to say that, knowing that in the show that it showed that, saying that, it makes sense. And I think guys should really consider that when you see something that's growing like that and it's been a species of its own, and she doesn't know like how's it surviving. Yeah, you gotta take chances and destroy everything because it's gonna spread. And she was right. So the show starts off pretty much how they're going through the city, talking about what we're doing with this girl because they found out she had a bitten mark on her, Ellie, just like the game. And Ellie pretty much said, seemed pretty legit to the same way she was in the video game. Like, oh, the bite mark, you know what I'm saying? Ellie seemed pretty legit about how she was in the game. And it makes a lot of sense, how they set it up. Personally, I think the actor for Ellie did pretty good. It made sense how she got it. And now, since she has the mindset of knowing that she's can save humanity with her bite mark and her antibodies. Of course, her body was destroying those cells. Um, we can definitely see now that when you have that whole setup for being able to have your body reject the fungus that's going to turn you to a monster, or as they say, the clickers and stuff. It shows that in the show, like, hey, they did a good job putting the plot in, making sense. I'm actually glad they made it right. So with that being said, to the next part they showed was going through the city, going to the building, trying to get away, get around. Ellie was playing with the hotel gesture, ding, she did good on that. It was funny. It was funny. And then got jump scared with a bone dead body, of course. And then this when they got to see the clickers. This is the first time seeing the clickers. The clickers are legit. They look so good. They look good. It was CGI, a little cheesy, but it makes sense. It looks like the real thing. But they did a good job having the clickers the way they acted. It wasn't like the human with the fake mask. It wasn't that. I'm glad they didn't do that. They did the CGI clickers and they used the body when it was down to make it real. So then we get to the next part where they pretty much looking at the what's it called? The name of that place, the museum. That's where they're heading to. They get to the museum. I'm guessing that's where they're supposed to drop her off to get the stuff they wanted. Everybody was pretty much dead who got there. It was pretty much an ambush, it looks like. And Tess is all pissed about it. She was not happy knowing that, just like the game showed it in the play that we did in the video game. Tess was upset. I guess one of the zombies were infected. They were getting up alive, and they were crawling towards them. And I guess Joel decided to shoot him in the head, take him out. Instead of stomping on it. But they said if you hit anything on the ground, they said in the show, you touch any of the spores or any of the hands, it's like a branch that spreads out like a vine. You touch any of the branches, everybody, all the zombies will know, all the runners will know. And since they didn't think about that, Joel did it, and yeah, they started coming. And then I guess from earlier when they were fighting the clickers, Tess decided to say, hey, guess my time is up. I'm out of luck. So she had the bite mark on her neck. Makes sense. And from my understanding, everybody was like, wow, you're infected. And Tess is like, yeah. But then she's like, look at her arm. She is doing fine. This is the real deal. Like, Marlene was right. The Firefly was right. She was telling the truth that this girl is important. She's special. Now, the sad part is, yes, she told Joel take her and leave. Promise me I don't ask for anything. She did all the right things. The character was doing the voice actor justice, doing the right stuff for Tess for her last stand before she dies. Yes, she dies. It's in a video game. All these bikers outside making noise. So Tess is setting them up to get them out to leave. They say, "I'm gonna set it up," because in the game, actually, the army guy is supposed to show up to attack them, but they took it out. They took it out the show. I don't know why. So now she's replaced. They replaced the show instead of the army guys, the guys with the guns and stuff. They put the monsters to come instead. The runners they call them. So the zombies are coming. A lot of them, like 50, 40 of them, look like they're coming. She sets up the place, puts down the gasoline, all this good stuff. Now they go. Tess says take her and go. He takes her and runs out. Tess sets up everything. Got grenades on the ground, oil. She's sitting there sparking up. It ain't lot. It's not lying, and then they bust in. They're all running, and none of them looking at her. They're just running. I was like, she's human. She's not a clicker yet. She's not even turned. And then one of them stopped and looked at her. It's like, huh? And come up to her and then put his mouth in her mouth. I'm like, that wasn't what happened in the game. She has her mouth in her. The thing got his mouth in her and like infecting her completely in the body. He's like, oh, ding, boom, blow everybody up. So that was good. At least that happened. You could see all that graphic, but honestly, that end part wasn't necessary. I think they should just have the guys with the guns show up and instead of making it more dramatic with the whole blowing up. You know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't in the game. They actually got away, but the thing is, Joel fought them back. He killed them because they were trying to kill them because they were there. Tess died though with the guys from the guns in the game, but the blown up part is fine, I guess you could say. But yeah, this is my review for The Last of Us episode 2 for season 1. Guys, check it out on HBO Max. I really support them for this show. Check them out; it's worth it. And this is a great show so far. I'm loving it. Keep it coming, HBO. Season 2. I'm seeing it coming. Season 2. So far, so good. All right, guys. This is Nia Moses. I'm out. Peace.